Well, hello guys, welcome to episode 1 of our 4th club of this Journeyman save, where we are trying to win all of the top divisions in each of the 5 Scandinavian countries. Currently, we've managed to win none of them, but we have had a bloody fantastic time at the moment. We've won cups, we've done some good things, and we started right at the bottom, so all that's really good. But today we have moved, or in the previous episode we moved to AIK, they're a big deal in Sweden. They're a bloody big deal in Sweden. So what I thought we'd do is just have a little start up, looking at AIK using the of course the well-known correct reference source that is Wikipedia. And yeah, so AIK, it's essentially an abbreviation of Allmänna Idrottsklubben, Idrottsklubben, I think that, which actually means the public or general sports club. So it is a really sort of generic name. It sounds a lot better than AIK sounds a pretty cool name, but yeah, not quite. The nickname of them is the Gnaget or the Nor. It's not great. I don't know what that means. Sounds a bit weird. They've been around for bloody ages. 1891 they were founded. So at the time that I'm recording this, they've been around for 129 years. But in game, that's going to be up for another 15 years on top of that. So which is very, very nice. They play in the Friends Arena. We're still at the Friends Arena, which is in Stockholm. So this is where AIK play. They play in the Solna region of Stockholm. We'll have a look at that in a second. And it's got a capacity of 50,000. We'll have a look at the stadium in a later episode, as we normally do. But AIK have had an incredibly impressive time in the Allsvenskan, or the top division of Swedish football. That's why I say that, because I can't actually say anything else. That's just far too hard to say. They look like they're one of the most successful teams in Swedish football, which is impressive. As far as I understand it, they're kind of like a Man United. They're hated by some, loved by others. So they got this really cool crest, which is kind of nice. The kit is black and the second one is white. So for some reason I always thought they played in yellow, but that's their third kit, which is interesting. Supporters are called the rodents, or Ganaria, which someone has to explain why that is a good thing to be. In English, being called a rodent is more of an insult than a compliment. So I mean that's fascinating. So yeah, please someone explain that to me. So the club entrance music is AIK. Oh, OERAIK, nice. Which has been around since the 1980s, or a 1971 song, The Last Farewell. I should try and get hold of that, shouldn't I? I'm probably not going to be able to play it, but there we go. It's a nice little graphic here looking at the history of AIK. They've only been relegated from the league a few times, or the top division. You can see they are predominantly a team that is right up there, and they've won the league a bunch of times. They've not dominated, but they've certainly won the league, and they've been there or thereabouts. So that's our job, to make that happen again. Apologies if you can hear my kids in the background. I need to restrain them, I think. Finally, we'll just have a little look at where they're based, which is in Solna. So Solna is a principality within Stockholm, or a municipality within Stockholm. I keep reading Stockport, which is a far less grandiose place than Stockholm. It is somewhere I've been, not Stockholm. I've never been to Stockport. I have been to Stockholm for work, which is quite nice. I can't remember seeing a stadium, and I'm not sure if I was anywhere near it or not. I took the train into the centre and kind of walked to where I was staying, and I did have a wander around, but I don't remember seeing a stadium. But I mean, it's a beautiful place, Stockholm, right on the on the river. It's kind of, I think it's supposed to be like the Venice of the North or something like that. But there are lots of waterways and things, which is really, really quite impressive. Okay, so yeah, and public transport is obviously very good. Obviously, we're going to have a look at sites. We didn't do that in the last club, but we will certainly get that back again, and having a look at the sights and sounds of Stockholm, get you guys an idea of what goes on there. Okay, let's get on with the episode. Well, hello folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of history of AIK with my kids screaming in the background. Should be in bed now, but you know, we'll never know really. So this is kind of the league now. We're playing Norrköping in this game. We can catch them up. As you can see, they've done a lot better than we have. We've had a very, very poor season, which is surprising given some of the players that we've kind of loaned in. Dynamics is looking a little bit dodgy. Poor managerial support. One of the issues might be this guy, who's a rather crap goalkeeper. I think the absolute key thing is to get a good Swedish goalkeeper in. So I've got my scouts all looking for a really good goalkeeper. There's also far too many foreign players in this team and not enough Swedes. I haven't worked it out, but I think we might have a bit of problem actually with the players on the bench, and that's going to cause a bit of friction, I imagine. So we'll need to do something about this as well. Squad wise, we've got a few injuries. Really disappointingly, Luis de Backer, who is one of our best players, this young Belgian player on loan from Genk, who just looks outstanding. He's out for a month, which isn't great. And Morvan, who's another decent player, who's on loan from Olympique Lyon, is also out. So not great. So let's look at the tactic that I've kind of put together. So they were playing a 4-4-2 prior to this. So I thought, well, let's play a 4-4-2 during this, just to keep them kind of at least clear with what they're doing. What I did decide to do was, so we've essentially gone for that. We're playing this lad, Sakurai, who's a defensive midfielder, plays very, very well as a defensive midfielder, just somewhat behind the other three. And I'm hoping this will give us a little bit more solidity. But then we've got the likes of Jolly on the left, and, well, we're playing Hoppenang, who's our replacement for De Backer on the right. He's not bad, is he? He's got the capacity to dribble and run, but he's a 2-star player, so it's not perfect what we've got there. The other option here is Vikman, who can dribble quite well. I wonder whether that's the better move. No, we'll go with what we've got, I think. I've got a slight worry that when I click go, we will not be able to go because, oh no, we've got 9 Swedish players trained in Sweden, so that's fine. We're just about there, but I do want to look at that because there definitely looks a bit of crapness in here that I can't do anything about at the minute. No transfer window at the minute. In terms of what it looks like, we're starting on a balanced approach, as I tend to do. And what we've done is to take a wing play formation and kind of modify it a little bit. So I've taken the overlap off. I've taken the passing directness back to standard. We're keeping on, for the moment, passing to space, but that's something I don't necessarily like that much. Tempo's up a little bit high, and I've chucked on Be More Expressive, which will hopefully make those wingers a little bit more effective. The other thing I've done is push the line up a little bit, just hopefully to give us a little bit of opportunity over the top. And this is what I've decided to distribute to centre back rather than to the flanks, which is I think another tactic that I've been using. So the team that we're going with is Riviere up top, who is a very, very good player, very, very fast as an advanced forward. Dalby playing just behind him. He's also ridiculously fast. We know all about Dalby. He's a great player. Jolie on the left, who is quite something. He is a specimen. On the right, we've already seen Hoppenang. Sakurai in this sort of defensive midfielder role, another really good player. Plays well as an anchorman. We might try him in that. Diaz is coming in here. This is a position I'd like to do something with, but he doesn't look a terrible player really. Good passing, which is why he is in that role. What's his vision? Vision's okay, but it'd be good to work on that. Left back, Oskarsson. really the only option we've got. He's more defensive than anything else, but really good positioning, teamwork and work rate, which is kind of nice. On the right side we have Magnusson. I'm going to have to remember this doesn't look as good. Certainly these are fairly poor people going forward, which is something I'd like to deal with. Prestus at the back, he's not great, is he? And Peters, the other centre back, who's a decent speedy defender, which is good. And Linear in goal, he's tall and he's still got agility, but he's kind of getting past it. So let's see what we can do against Norrköping. It's one of the harder games that we could have come up against, but I think it will kind of tell us where we are, and I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see what is going to happen here. I hope you guys are too. I was sending my bloody assistant. I said I wasn't going to do tunnel interviews. I've sorted that. Maybe I forgot to press go or confirm. Anyway. Get creative from the right. We'll see what we do here. I think as long as they don't kick me out as a result of the end of the season, I think that will be fine. I think we might have trouble elsewhere. Wow, 1-0 down right at the start. Dag him with a goal. That was poor. First shot, and we aren't really on the ball looking at it, which isn't great. Well, that's about as poor as we could have started. One shot for Norrköping. We've not been at all in the on there at all. I'm going to push it back to shorter passing, and we'll just chuck on shoot on sight and see how that works. They've absolutely dominated us. But here we go, Magnusson. Ball in. I've not sorted out corners or anything like that. Of course not. Not at this point. I'm really not sure about this team. It couldn't really have. I suppose an away game against these lot would have been worse, but not really getting on the ball. Come on, guys, close him down. That's a lovely ball out wide to Dag him. I've not. Is that offside? Please let that be offside. Oh, I've not seen anything at all from this team. We need to. There's a lot to sort out here. There is a lot to sort out. We are far behind this Norrköping team. Way behind them. Come on. Alright. Prestus. That's not quite what I said, but we'll go with it. Riviere. First time we've seen him. Oh, that's terrible, mate. Terrible. But at least you got a shot. I think the thing is there are so many really good players here at AIK, but there's a lot of crap as well. Riviere, he does look a quality player. We don't want to be relying on wingers, on lone players, do we? Straight through. Oh, dear me. Well, I can see already one mistake I've made. We can't have the line that high up with defenders that shoddy. 3-0. Dear me. Oh God. I mean, what's the shortest amount of time anyone's been at a club? I think there's work to do here. Dalby, come on, mate. I want to see something from somebody. Some glimpse. Oskarsson, ball in. It's in. There we go. Dalby. Yeah. At least we know what we've got with him. I mean, they've had 3 shots on target and 3 goals. So, I mean, maybe it's a little bit harsh, but we just haven't. It's taken us so long to get into the match. By the time we're kind of out of the match. Can we get the ball? Nicely done, Oskarsson. Jolie, Angelina. Go on, Angie. Well, you should be able to beat the whole team as far as I'm concerned. And what happened there? Yeah, definitely to sort those corners out. There's no one doing anything there. And then yeah, I'd love that. They all run in, and then this guy just runs straight through. Yeah, wild. It's better though. It's much better since we've just taken the line down a little bit. And that's Dalby. Nicely done. Hop and hang. Not quite, but it's better. It is a lot better. Oh, Diaz loses out on this left side. Sorry, now the dog's going at it. It's just... Oh, fucking hell. Oh. 4-1. This has not gone well. Maybe it's a chance here. I mean, to be honest, at this point you want him to just chuck the ball up the pitch, but I need to trust in some of these players, and I think they don't trust in me yet, which doesn't help. Oh, over the top. Another chance, another miss. A lot of opportunities here. I mean, could we get a second one? That would be nice. Riviere. Oh, dear me, come on, guys. I mean, your finishing should be better than that, surely. It's not been as bad as I've, as it might have been, actually, looking at what's happened. Haven't really got a lot to bring on. Maybe the one thing I could do is bring on Vickman, who is this slightly more... No, it wasn't him. Who was it? Who was the pacey one? Was it Mackay? Because he just disappeared off the face of the planet. Well, he looks decent. He looks rather good. Could we do that? I mean, is that a weird formation? That might work. Right, let's try that. No one actually in the centre of the park. Just that's what we're doing. I'm not sure the fans would be too happy with this, to be fair. To start off, so, yeah, this is what you got. You brought the new manager in, and yeah, he's losing 4-1, soon to be 5-1 by the look of it. Nicely done though. That's not that bloody hell. What a terrible pass. So many balls on. That was not one of them. Nilsson. Nicely done though. Mackay. Now we've got a chance here. Ball through. Dalby. It's in. So it's 2-4 now. I mean, it would be interesting, would it not? An epic comeback, maybe? I don't know why I was on balance for all that time. I wonder whether Riviere, we could look at a different... I don't know. Complete forward has just never worked for me. We'll go with a poacher. We'll see how that works. Just doesn't. Nothing happens. 2 goals, though, from Dalby. That is a positive. And it would be lovely to... I mean, if we were to get it to 4-3, that would be nice, because it takes it from a smashing to actually a game that was fairly close. And you look at the stats, in the end, apart from the first 10 minutes where we looked awful, or maybe a bit more than that, it was reasonably close. Again, there's nobody there. That's why I put the defensive midfielder in there, but he's not there. Supposed to win that ball, mate. Here we go. Magay. Oh, doesn't find his man. Don't know what his passing's like, but it's not good enough. Or could it go the other way? You have a shot. Oh, dear me. I think goalkeeper definitely needs sorting out. Well, Angelina, I've not been particularly happy with. we'll bring on that guy and we'll see how he does. Yeah, well, let me know what you think of the performance. I think it's picked up. I think there's certainly work to do in the transfer market, but I think we should, playing some of the weaker sides, we should be all right, I think. That's a lovely ball. Dalby, come on, hat-trick for Dalby. No. 3 clear-cut chances, though, so they've certainly made the most of it. Oh, it's disappointing, though, isn't it? I mean, we've levelled it up in terms of chances, so that's pleasing, but we'll just ignore the fact we had shoot on sight on, I think, the part of the game. But Dalby with goals. We had 3 clear-cut chances. They had 2. They scored a lot of goals from distance. And to be fair, they were out of sight fairly early on. So we didn't drop. Our heads didn't drop. And there's a lot to be positives to be taken from. Not the result, but many other positives. And now we're playing Bayern Munich. So that's good, isn't it? Right then, let's see what the board think of that. Right. Thank you very much. We're going to come back probably for a Champions League game, not the next one, probably the one after that, as I mentioned, and we'll see how we do there. I think it's against Atalanta. If you have enjoyed that, please hit the like button. Let me know what you think of the new club, what I should do transfer wise. I'm probably going to be a fair bit ahead because I think when this comes out, on the day that this comes out, I will be leaving to on holiday, you know, fairly locally within the UK. So I do have Wi-Fi and stuff, but I'm going to try and record a little bit ahead. So hopefully I will be able to do a sort of lighter load whilst I'm on holiday and keep up with the versus save. But if you have enjoyed that, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you next time, hopefully for a win with AIK. But new club, exciting times. See you soon. Bye bye.